The very worst warmonger in all of U.S. history has died. Lindsey Graham.
America first is to kill people who wish us ill.
I opposed Lindsey Graham my entire adult life and personally organized and led demonstrations against him from the right here in South Carolina. I wrote numerous letters to him and called his office many times, imploring him to change his ways.
We're going to make a ton of money. You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
I voted against him time and time again, as did most of the people I know, all with zero effect. I watched him survive scandal after scandal, censure after censure, while shaping America's foreign policy for the worse. He was someone hated by both the populist right and the left. He was censured at least 7 times by county-level Republican parties in my native state. The GOP of Charleston, South Carolina, Lexington, York, Horry, and Aiken counties all censored him over his support for things like banker bailouts, massive deficit spending projects, amnesty for illegal immigrants, Green Deal programs, and gun control.
What's the excuse if you're a Republican voter, if you're a Trump voter, for electing Lindsey Graham? Hard to think of one.
Democrats opposed him for numerous reasons, including his super hawkish foreign policy and his duplicitous stance on Supreme Court nominations. He seemingly had no popular grassroots support at all, but somehow was repeatedly reelected to the Senate by splitting his right-wing opposition, engaging in pork barrel politics on a massive scale, aligning himself with Donald Trump, who he had previously denounced in the harshest possible terms.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. And I don't think he has a clue about anything. He's just trying to get his numbers up and get the biggest reaction he can.
And becoming Trump's biggest cheerleader as Trump transitioned away from the populist anti-war platform that he had campaigned on in favor of Lindsey Graham's staunchly neocon pro-war agenda.
He was a neocon warmonger. He was a murderer. He wanted to wipe out and kill many innocent people in Iran, in Gaza, in Lebanon.
Graham was a true monster, in my opinion, who tirelessly advocated war, murder, and death for a living.
He supported war more than anything. He never wanted peace.
He laughed and joked about killing people all the time.
If you killed Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate, and the trial was in the Senate, nobody can convict you.
And even advocated using nuclear weapons against civilians.
Can I say this? Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state.
No decent person would do that. There was apparently no country on earth that he didn't want to invade, bomb, or arm.
Finish these bastards off. Cuba's next.
He was a militant Zionist expansionist.
He was a dedicated Zionist, and that's why he worked so diligently to send as much money as possible, weapons as possible for Israel.
And a tireless advocate for enriching the military-industrial complex with our tax money.
He really was the greatest lobbyist that the military-industrial complex could ever have holding power in Washington.
He had zero regard at all for human life in Iraq, Iran, Syria, Libya, Russia, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, and Lebanon, and advocated war against all of these countries. He was the unrivaled leading warmonger in the U.S. government.
Because Lindsey Graham is the living symbol of the old Republican Party, the Republican Party that did a lot, almost as much as the Democratic Party, to destroy the United States.
Millions of Americans breathed a collective sigh of relief when this despicable, loathsome man was gone. And who did they replace him with? His sister who holds the same views that he holds. This points to the futility of American democracy and politics.
That actually the democratic system doesn't work. Lindsey Graham's views are not popular. They are despised in the state of South Carolina. His views, if you were to disaggregate Lindsey Graham from what he believes and just poll Republican primary voters in South Carolina, do you agree with this? Lindsey Graham would be less popular than the Democrat because his views are repugnant to Republican voters and to Trump voters.
It is a broken, horrible system that only serves the elites and spits upon ordinary Americans every single day. It's an example of why so many people have walked away from American politics, no longer believe in the system, don't vote, or at the very least wonder how this can possibly be the best we can do.
The system doesn't respond to the concerns of voters, and therefore the system isn't working and isn't legitimate because the point of the system is to respond to those concerns.
This vile warmonger is dead. Long live the new vile warmonger. An awful system marches on as the people suffer. If you enjoy this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with you very soon.